Damn, I am so pro. Look at all this. Anna Lizzie has beautiful skin. I don't really think she needs a lot of product on her face. I feel like that actually would take away from her natural features. I'm looking at her eyes and they're really, really pretty, like chocolate brown. Chocolate brown. She has really great brows, and I'm noticing that her brow hairs are really pigmented, but they're not super full. Like you have a really good shape, but I mean like your hair isn't really coarse. So maybe I'll fill in her brows just a little bit, but what I want to be conscious of is like, because naturally they're not super dark, I also don't want them to like weigh your face down. Like I feel like it could be really heavy, so I'm not going to do that. Just do a really glowy base where you can still see like the freckles and everything, and then just amplify your lip color a little bit. Maybe do like a subtle defining line around your eyes, smoked out. So that's my plan. I'm noticing she has really great color in her cheeks, so I'll probably just mimic that and intensify it. Sure, go for it. Oh my gosh, you're the best model. I'm starting off with this toner. It's by COLLABS. I actually just bought this, so I haven't tried it out yet. So the reason why I bought this toner is because it's more of a hydrating toner. I have milky toners that I like that are by like Laneige, that's my favorite one, or other Korean and Japanese brands. But the thing that I really like about this one is it uses more like rose water and like floral essences to hydrate. So I think it would be really good for someone with like your complexion where you're not super dry, but you're also not like dripping in oil. Like you have more of a combination. You can use any type of like cotton pad. I really like this one. I picked this up, I think from Daiso, but as you can see, it does have like a really nice texture on it. This is called the waffle pad. So it's really great for like doing a really gentle exfoliation to the skin. So I like to start kind of on the forehead. I really want to make sure that the skin is as smooth as possible, and that doesn't just mean like the texture is smooth, it also means like the level of the oil is smooth. I want to make sure that like wherever she gets dry and wherever she gets oily is more even, and using a toner will help even out the pH of your skin. I'm going to use a MAC Fix Plus. This is like a working spray. It has glycerin in it. It's going to help keep the skin hydrated, and it also is going to give your skin kind of like a tackiness to it, which I really like, and it gives the skin a subtle sheen. As you can tell, I haven't applied any moisturizer or any other skincare, just the toner, and she already has a really nice like glossiness to the skin, but there's no texture. We're not adding a film to the top of her skin. I'm like overdoing it.
No, I love it.
I'm like, this sounds so stupid. The next thing you want to do is use a moisturizer. You can use any type of moisturizer, but I think being selective about what you use is also really important. Because she has more combination skin, I want to make sure that I'm hydrating her skin, but I'm not over hydrating her skin. If you do notice that there's more dryness in like a specific part of the face, you can treat that part on its own. It's going to help repair her skin barrier, and it's going to help even out the complexion before we even add any color. So now the skin is looking radiant, it's looking hydrated. I'm going to go ahead and let this product just sit into her skin, and then I'll come back, touch her face, and see how it feels, how tacky it is, how dry it is. I don't think you need to spend a lot of money on brow products. I like this one from e.l.f. I like the Anastasia one. I like the L'Oreal brow mascara that's in the tube, the silver tube. That's a good one. Because if I don't have to apply a lot of product, I don't want to. I do like kind of a fluffy brow, so
Me too.
I'm doing that. Yeah, that's
Do
like
it, girl, fluff me up.
Yeah, I'm fluffing your brows up. It looks nice. I recommend pressing the bottom part of the eyebrow, but leaving the top part like as fluffy as possible. Next step is I'm going to use a primer. You know, I'm not a primer girly. I don't always use primers, but I think this is a really good one for all skin types because it gives you a really pretty sheen to the skin while also blurring your pores. Really nice when you don't want to do a heavy look. I'm using this brush by BK Beauty. I really like it. It's for concealer and under eyes, but I actually just like it anywhere on the skin where I want a little bit more detail work. There's like a really subtle sheen to the skin. To hydrate the lips, you can use any type of lip balm. I'm saturating a little, whatever this is, applicator. And when you're hydrating the lips, it's really important to move the lip balm in 2 directions. You wanna do it horizontally first to saturate the lips, and then you wanna work down the lines to make sure that those are saturated as well. This is the brush I'm using. It's by my Kitco. You can use any flat brush. I like this one because it's pretty soft, so I can blend it out really easily. But because it's a flat shape and not a rounded blender brush, I can like really work it into the root of the lashes, which is where I really like to have the color, because eventually I'll apply like some darker shades there and I want it to have something to stick to. Look up, please. And I'm actually going to just tuck it right here under the lashes. She has really long bottom lashes. They're so beautiful. You're so lucky, so blessed. But because I'll probably do like an eyeliner and mascara, I'm noticing that the shape of her eyes, like right here, she has this really cute, like the way that her eye shape is, you don't have to worry so much about hollowness because you have this little bit of skin that kind of protrudes a little bit right here. I think that's so cute. In Korea, that's really desirable because you can do that aegyo style where you kind of define right here and make this even look like more exaggerated. But I'm sure when you're doing like a smoky eye or mascara, you tend to see like the mascara smudge. Yeah. So I wanna make sure that I'm like priming that part of her eye just so that we can avoid that later on. Like I think it's the 217 brush, I'm not sure, 217 I think. It's a flat definer brush, but this one is a little bit more stiff than the last one I showed you. This palette, this is actually a contour palette from MAC, but I like these tones for doing like a natural look. I'm actually gonna dip into a gray and see how that looks. Close your eyes. That looks really nice. It's easy to make adjustments as you work with color theory. This is the Dior highlighter, and I'm just going to apply a little bit in my hands. Oh, it's on its last life. I'm actually going to pop just a little bit right here. This is where she gets a little bit of darkness, so I think having the highlighter under the concealer will help illuminate the area. I am going a little bit like more daytime glam. I'm using this blush. You can use any blush that is like a cooler, brighter pink. Everyone always wants to know like what's the best place to apply your blush, like where should you apply it? And I feel like it really depends on like what vibe you're going for. It's not so much like, I mean, yeah, your features can really define like where you apply products, but like, for example, I want this to be kind of like a cutesy, flirty daytime look. So I'm actually applying the blush like pretty close to the under eyes. What I learned from Jung Se-mul when I took her makeup class in Korea is that you want to look at the cheekbone, and wherever like the midpoint is between the tip of the nose and the cheekbone, that's where you want to do the application. So according to her philosophy, I would apply it here, but I like it a little bit more diffused. So I'm starting there and I'm kind of working it up and out. Use Dior Backstage. Dior Backstage is like perfect for anyone that has more combo skin because it doesn't take away the radiance that you naturally have, but it will give you like a little bit of mattification, which I like. Oh, this is really bright for you. Oh well. I never use like one shade anyway, so it doesn't really matter for me. And actually something that I've been seeing a lot in like South Korean makeup is like this brightening that they do with like a brighter foundation underneath. You could actually do this where you just kind of start with like a thin layer of something that is more close to like this color of your skin, because you know the neck and the chest and the shoulders are always going to be a little bit different. I think it looks like that much different.
Looks great.
What do you keep in your kit?
RCMA Isam.
Yeah, he's local.
Yeah, right now that's honestly all I have. I haven't really expanded beyond that just because I feel like all their products are really mixable. It just got to a point where I'm like, I need to like, I don't know, like make it smaller, condense it a bit more.
I think that looks really beautiful. Do you see contouring? Because I'm not really contouring her skin. I guess this is more of like a defining of the features. Like we're bringing in a little bit of warmth. We're creating a little bit of definition, but we're not like harshly creating like any lines or doing anything to change like the way the natural structure of her face already is. If you can take a little bit of time to let the makeup sit in and to see like how it's developing and how the textures are changing, it will make you a better makeup artist, I think, because it'll make the skin look more fresh and more natural because you won't be applying so many things. Especially when you like have applied a foundation that doesn't necessarily match the person in the chair or your own face. If you need to warm it up with bronzer or like a deeper shade or a lighter shade, sometimes the easiest way to do that is just to dust it on in this way. Kind of merge all of the colors without adding so much product. This is more of a hydrating product. I'm hoping that this will also be a good fit for her. No, that looks really nice. Of like what this looks like compared to what this side looks like. This just looks a little bit brighter. Once I've done a little bit of concealer, I can see like, okay, where does she need a little bit of color correcting? And where I think that would be really helpful is just to brighten up right here. But I can be very precise. I'm not applying too much product, and then I'm gonna just, I say natural, but this is clearly like a look. Like I don't know what this is. Maybe this is your nighttime, maybe it's your daytime, depending on your comfort level with makeup. But what I like to do is I like to start kind of at the pupil and work my way out. And for her eye shape, the way that it's naturally sitting is she has like a really beautiful kind of like elongated eye shape. But I wanna kind of slightly bring this up, like right under the pupil I tight lined, but after the pupil, I went above the lash line, making the eye appear as if like her lash line is actually straighter at the top. Like, do you get what I'm saying? I don't really know how to explain that, but that's why like with eyeliner, placement is so important. And I do believe that all eye shapes can wear eyeliner. It's just about how you apply it. I do, however, really love this product. It's from Laura Mercier, and I kind of use this all over the face, even though it's meant for the eye area. This is their eye brightening primer or eye brightening powder, and it comes in a lot of different shades. I'm popping out any lines, press it in, and then I bring it down. This one's extremely bright, but I think because I'm diluting it with their pearl powder, it'll be fine. That looks so beautiful. It's just like really subtle. I don't know if you can tell, it's giving her a really nice sheen, but it's not a highlighter, so it's not going to be like, it's not gonna be like a spotlight and flash photography. It's gonna just give her a really subtle, luminous finish. Because I added that really pretty pearl powder and like she has a nice luminosity going, I feel like I kind of want to bring that kind of into her eyes as well. So I'm gonna pop a little bit of this cream eyeshadow. Pretty and like useful.
Sometimes we get a lot of...
Sorry.
Sorry, I got scared.
This is just MAC Fix Plus. We started the makeup with this, so I just kind of let that settle into the skin. And then with my blender, I'm just lightly pushing the products in. This will just help everything adhere to the skin and not look so matte. Like skincare buff, but I think like toners are really, that's like my favorite product. Like first I was like, oh, I like the milky toner, but I wouldn't use that for you. No, now that I know you, I probably, like especially if I was using like that same Dior Backstage product on you. That's pretty. I would definitely use that. Building on some like shimmery eyeshadows, I just felt like she needed a little bit more of a pop. Oh my gosh, I'm obsessed. Okay, look up please.
Love.
It's funny, whenever I tell people I'm not doing lashes, they're like, what? No lash? But I just find that like sometimes you don't need a lash. Like
Especially because I have such long lashes too.
this one's not too chocolatey, but yeah, I would suggest like maybe getting like a gray black or like a brown black, something like more taupey. It's kind of more of a lived-in look. We stayed away from doing any mascara. I didn't want like a defining like liner or like anything like too strong or defining. If she wanted to bump this up for night, she can add a lash, she can add like a ton of liner, maybe do a bolder lip. But I'm really happy with how her skin is looking. It's looking really glowy where it needs to be glowy. It's looking really perfected where it needs to be perfected. And hopefully with the light layers, this will also last a really long time. So thanks for watching. I'll list all of the products below. If you want to support my channel, please purchase from the links because I'll get a little bit of a commission. And if you have any questions, please leave them below. If there's anything you want to see, leave it below. Thank you. Bye.